Imagine gazing at a distant star, only to watch its light plunge in and out without warning, like a cosmic heartbeat skipping beats. This is Tabby's star, a sun that defies all our understanding, dimming unpredictably with no clear cause. Tabby's star, officially known as KIC 846-2852, sits about 1,280 light-years away in the constellation Cygnus. Its dimming was first spotted by the Kepler Space Telescope, which searched for exoplanets by monitoring tiny dips in starlight. Planets cause predictable, periodic shadows. Yet this star behaved erratically, flickering any time from days to weeks, with dips as deep as 20%. That magnitude of dimming could mean something enormous passing in front of the star. Scientists initially proposed a swarm of comet fragments or debris from a shattered planet. Those ideas made sense at first glance, since clouds of dust and rock could block light. But as researchers dug deeper, the puzzle only deepened. No consistent infrared signature appeared. If dust was absorbing visible light, it should re-radiate heat. Observations from the Spitzer Space Telescope found no significant excess in infrared emissions. Then public imagination took the reins with whispers of an alien megastructure. Perhaps a civilization had constructed a colossal Dyson sphere or partial shell to harvest stellar energy, creating the mysterious dips. It sounds like science fiction, but the dimming patterns teased enough consistency to make even hardened skeptics pause. Meanwhile, citizen scientists using data from the Planet Hunters project combed through the Kepler archive. Among thousands of stars, Tabby's star stood out like a sore thumb. Volunteers named it after Tabitha Boyajian, the astronomer who led the team unraveling its mysteries. Night after night, they debated, shared graphs, and collected anecdotes, fueling broader interest. Between 2009 and 2013, Kepler logged unusual dips. Then, between 2015 and 2019, ground-based telescopes confirmed the star continued its unpredictable flickering. In 2017, astronomers measured a slow, steady dimming trend, with the star losing nearly 3% of its brightness over a century. What could cause such long-term decline? No known astrophysical process fits that pattern neatly. One theory resurfaced: an uneven cloud of circumstellar dust composed of tiny particles that scatter light differently. If these grains are small enough, they would absorb visible light but allow infrared wavelengths through, explaining the missing infrared spike. Yet those grains would blow away over time under the star's radiation pressure unless constantly replenished. Where would that continuous supply come from? Another possibility emerged: the star might have swallowed a large planet. That cataclysm could hurl debris into orbit, creating chaotic dimming for decades until the material dissipates. Computer simulations show that a planet falling into a star could indeed create swirling dust rings. But the timing doesn't line up. The dimming began before the suspected collision, according to historic photographic plates from the early 20th century. Astronomers also considered intrinsic stellar variability. Some stars pulsate or cycle unpredictably. Yet Tabby's star is a stable F-type main sequence star, not prone to dramatic fluctuations. No known internal mechanism could dim its brightness by 22% for days and then recover to normal. Adding to the intrigue, researchers noticed dips occurred without a clear periodic rhythm. One of the earliest dips, named Dip D1545, lasted about 5 days and blocked almost 20% of light. A few months later, a cluster of dips labeled the LC family appeared, each varying in depth and shape. How could so many different-sized clumps of material align precisely to create such a chaotic symphony? Enter multi-wavelength observations. In 2018, scientists measured dimming simultaneously in visible and infrared bands, finding that shorter wavelengths dimmed more. That wavelength dependence hinted at dust grains smaller than a micron. But even that granular dust theory faltered when radio observations detected nothing. No radio signals accompany purely natural phenomena like colliding asteroids. Silence in radio doesn't negate all theories, yet it adds to the mystery. Let's pause with a thought. What if Tabby's star is a message in a bottle cast across the galaxy? What clues lie hidden in those jagged light curves? Keep watching as we uncover the latest experiments and cutting-edge missions probing this enigma. In late 2018, the James Webb Space Telescope's successor experiments planned to target Tabby's star. Observers hoped to capture high-resolution spectra during a dip. If the dimming stemmed from dust, specific absorption features would emerge in the star's spectrum. If an artificial structure blocked the light, scientists expected a flat, featureless spectrum, essentially a silhouette against starlight. Recent reports suggest JWST will eventually lock onto KIC 846-2852, but we await definitive data. Other teams use the Chara array, an optical interferometer, to search for companion stars or gravitational lensing events. They found nothing unusual. Tabby's star exists alone, with no hidden binary partner. Could gravitational tugs produce such dimming? Unlikely. And gravitational lensing would briefly magnify, not dim, light. Then in 2020, an international group of astronomers analyzed archival data from the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS. They confirmed small dips unrelated to Kepler's schedule, reinforcing the unpredictable nature. TESS's wider field and different sensitivity only strengthened suspicion that something substantial or numerous objects orbit this star. The alien megastructure theory remains tantalizing. Some call it the most famous SETI target in history. Radio telescopes like the Allen Telescope Array scan Tabby's star for signals, detecting nothing conclusive. But silence isn't evidence of absence. Maybe any civilization wise enough to build megastructures also understands stealth or uses communication methods beyond our detection. By now, you're wondering, is Tabby's star just an oddity, or a portal to new astrophysics? Could it force us to rewrite textbooks on stellar behavior? The answer remains elusive, but the quest has expanded our understanding of what's possible. Despite a decade of intense scrutiny, the star's behavior resists easy classification. In 2021, astronomers modeled a swarm of dust-producing exocomets sustained by a disrupted planetesimal. This hybrid idea combines comet fragments and planetary debris. Computer simulations showed that such a source could theoretically replenish dust clouds at intervals matching observations. But no cometary emission lines appeared in spectral data to support fresh outgassing. Then there's the hydrogen-tie nebula hypothesis, perhaps a previously unknown type of interstellar cloud drifts between Earth and Tabby's star, occasionally thick enough to block starlight. However, measurements of interstellar reddening don't show enough material along the line of sight. And interstellar clouds should affect neighboring stars too, which doesn't match observations. An even more radical concept envisions a swarm of artificial satellites creating intentional eclipses. Suppose an advanced civilization surrounds the star with energy collectors. Those collectors might have maintenance cycles that cause irregular dimming. Infrared waste heat might be vented away or converted efficiently, explaining the lack of thermal signature. This scenario pushes the boundaries of physics and engineering, but it's not entirely impossible. What would be the implications of discovering an alien Dyson swarm? We'd have to question our place in the cosmos and rethink the likelihood of cosmic engineering across the galaxy. Yet until we have smoking gun evidence, like a sudden radio beacon or direct imaging, the mystery endures. In mid-script, here's a quick request. If this cosmic riddle fascinates you, hit like and subscribe to keep exploring the universe's strangest puzzles with us. Let's explore recent observations. In 2022, an optical survey tracked Tabby's star nightly for several months. They noted subtle color changes as the star dimmed, suggesting the blocking material is not uniform. Some dips were bluer or redder, indicating different-sized particles or varying compositions. These color shifts complicate the dust theory. If all dust grains were similar, color dependency would follow a predictable curve. Instead, the data shows wide variation. Another surprise came in 2023 when a team used ALMA, the Atacama Large Millimeter Array, to search for cold dust at millimeter wavelengths. The result? Essentially nothing. ALMA's sensitivity should detect even sparse cold dust rings, yet no signal appeared. If large dust clouds existed around the star, ALMA would have seen them. With each null detection, the natural dust hypothesis weakens. What about changes in stellar activity? Could Tabby's star have magnetically induced star spots so immense they block visible light? Sunspots on our sun cover tiny fractions of its surface, but on rare stars, enormous spots can dim brightness. However, magnetic activity tends to rotate into and out of view periodically. Tabby's star shows no regular rotation signature matching the dips. It behaves too erratically for star spots. At this point, we face a stark question. Do we accept limits of current astrophysics, or propose something unprecedented? History shows that major discoveries often arise when anomalies defy expectations. Uranus's orbit wobble led to Neptune's discovery. Mercury's orbit precession paved the way for Einstein's general relativity. Could Tabby's star be the clue to a new chapter in stellar physics or technology? By the end of 2024, plans emerged to use the Vera-C, Rubin Observatory's legacy survey of space and time to monitor Tabby's star. LSSD's deep, wide, fast surveys will capture multiple dips each year, offering higher time resolution and sensitivity. We anticipate detailed light curves revealing whether the dimming episodes are trending toward more intensity or easing off. Watching the progression will test the comet swarm theory. Comets should gradually dissipate. Meanwhile, numerous amateur astronomers worldwide have turned their backyard telescopes skyward. Citizen science strikes again, as volunteers flood social media with real-time brightness measurements. Collaborative dashboards display live updates, letting anyone track dips as they happen. In an era of instant global communication, Tabby's star has become a shared endeavor, linking professionals and enthusiasts. Yet what if none of these efforts reveals a conclusive answer? Perhaps we must acknowledge that some cosmic mysteries remain unsolved. But think of the wonder that comes from knowing we tried every conceivable angle: infrared, millimeter, optical, radio, spectroscopy, even neutrino detectors. Each null result narrows the possibilities, yet each new hypothesis uncovers deeper complexity. Every new dip sends ripples through the astronomical community, igniting debates in observatories and online forums alike. Each failed hypothesis pushes researchers to devise more creative models, highlighting the innovative spirit driving modern astronomy. Even if Tabby's star defies explanation now, future telescopes may illuminate secrets. Here's a final cliffhanger to ponder as we approach the end. What if Tabby's star is not alone in puzzling us? Astronomers have identified other stars with mysterious dimming patterns, though none match the amplitude of KIC 846-2852. A star named VVV, WIT 07 in our galaxy's bulge exhibits sporadic fading. Could these objects represent a new class of variable stars or cosmic entities waiting to be understood? As we near the conclusion, take a moment to subscribe and hit like if you want to witness each breakthrough live. Your support fuels further exploration of the cosmos' strangest enigmas. In the end, Tabby's star stands as a beacon of uncertainty, challenging our assumptions about stars, dust, and even alien life. It reminds us that the universe still holds secrets far beyond our grasp. Maybe the most astonishing truth is that we may never fully explain why a star 1,000 light-years away dims without rhyme or reason. But perhaps that's the beauty of it, the unknown that keeps us looking up and asking, what else is out there? waiting to alter our understanding of reality?